So welcome to the phase 4 of experiment number 4, the calorific value determination by using bomb calorimeter. So this is the bomb. The experiment is over now. You can see when we have withdrawn the entire water crucible or the water container from the bomb here. So from there we have replaced it. We have switched off the experiment. We have turned everything off. Now we need to remove the upper cap of the bomb, but there may be little amount excess oxygen present, or sometimes it may not be there. The entire oxygen may be used in the experiment. So before you remove the upper cap, there might be an accident or you need more effort. So in order to ensure that there is no excess oxygen, or if there, you need to make it out. So for that, there is a two-way valve I told you. So by pressing that, if any oxygen leaks out outside from inside, so that will ensure that some amount of oxygen was still there inside. So first you have to remove that. So see, from this sound we can know that all the oxygen, some amount of excess oxygen was there which was not used. So that is called excess oxygen. Now we can remove the upper cap slowly. We have become sure that no oxygen is left. So let the upper cap be removed, and you can see all the fuels are burnt. So this is the residue. You can see first the nichrome wire has been melted. The device, the apparatus I am holding is still little bit warmer, little hot, and you can see no unburned fuel left. All are residue. You can see over there, all are the ash. You can see, because fuel is burnt with ashes, burnt into ashes. Okay, so no unburned fuel left in the crucible. That means our experiment is successful and it is 100% satisfactory. Okay, now coming to the observation table. See, there are 3 zones, 1, 2 and 3. 1 was heating, 2 was equilibrium, and 3 was the cooling zone. Now what is delta T rise in experiment? T max minus T min. T max here, say from the reading you have got, say for example up to a temperature say 14 or 15 or 16, whatever, you got a reading where the temperature was increasing rapidly, as well as the trend was increasing, a continuous increase from T1. Okay, T1 was approximately your 19 point something, and up to a reading, say for example from the reading we can see, say up to say 22 or whatever, say it was in equilibrium. Okay, I am just telling this say 16th observation and 22nd observation from my own. You just check it from your table, and say up to T28th, up to 28th reading, it was in the decreasing trend or in the cooling zone. So what is delta T rise? T max minus T min. Where T max is from the graph, you can see T max is nothing but, if it is 16th observation and if it is 22nd observation, then T max is T16 and T min is T1. Or instead of T16 you can also write T22 if they are same. So just I am telling this observation number from, say, as a sample. Don't take it because all these graphs, all this point plotting you will get from your data which we have recorded during the experiment. Okay, just put this data. It may be 15 also, it may be 14 also, it may be 12 also, but I forgot now. So check your data which was recorded which and already uploaded in the third stage or the third phase of the discussion. From that you find whether it is T12 or T16 or 15, whatever. So find delta T experimental rise, which is this one, the maximum one minus the minimum one. Don't take T naught. So T max and this is T min. So from there you find delta T experimental rise, and the cooling correction is the cooling rate into the time for heating. Now if it is, say for example, it is 15. So 1 to 15. So 15th reading or 15th observation table or observation row means the time is 15. So TH will be 15. Clear? If it is 13, then TH is 13 because it is minute. So cooling rate in the third zone, in the third phase or the cooling phase into the time of heating will give you the cooling correction. Okay? And this is the thermometer correction, which is due to the thermometer error. If you add these three, you will find the total rise. Then what is the total Q? Total Q is how much mass of fuel taken into Cv of the fuel taken. Both are known. These we have calculated in the digital mass measuring device. Cv is already known, or the benzoic acid, which is 6324. Already told you in the first and second experiment, calorie per gram. In the first and second other discussion, Tc and Tt we will note from these two, and we will find in terms of calorie per degree Celsius. We will in mass. So, sorry, in terms of calorie, we will find out in terms of calorie is the total heat. So here it will be the heat generated due to HNO3, and this will be the heat generated due to the fuse wire or the cotton wire. Sorry, cotton wire, that is the cotton thread you are using. So approximately it is 10 calorie. So 6324 into the mass, which we have taken approximately say 4.86, as we have discussed in the second phase of the discussion. So this into 6324 plus 10 plus 20, this will give you the total heat generated in the experiment in the water. Now this will be equal to water equivalent of the entire device into the delta T total rise. That means this one. That will be the Q total. From that we will find the water equivalent of the device. Now the unit will be, it is in calorie, it will be in degree Celsius. So the unit will be calorie per degree Celsius. Now from that you already know, as per the second discussion of the phase 2 of this experiment number 4, you already know how to convert this into equivalent gram of water or kg of water. So both these are also having same meaning, but better to express in terms of gram of water or in kg of water, because water equivalence is expressed for any substance in terms of some mass of water. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.